Hey everybody, welcome to another episode of the Fantasy Football Fallout. This is all about the tight ends for Week 13 of the NFL season. If you're only interested in the waiver wire suggestions or pickups or whatever you want to call it, check the timestamp below. Click the link, it'll take you right there. But if you want the full analysis, here's what I do. I look quickly at who was projected to score well in Week 12. We look at what happened, who actually scored well, why some things happened, why some things didn't, if there are trends or what have you, how should they relate to your fantasy team. And then I also hand out my awards. This week's awards include the Kicked in the Nuts award and the I'm Watching You award. Now, somebody kicked me in the nuts in fantasy football. If somebody kicked you in the nuts as well, I always love to hear about it, so please comment. Also, please like and subscribe to this channel. Please help us grow. We put a lot of work into this. We're going to be releasing a lot of new stuff. Our Week 12 playlist our Week 13 playlist will be updated daily, or at least probably daily, because we got the holiday coming up. So I'm probably not going to do a lot of work on Thanksgiving, but we will be doing a lot this week, even during the holiday season, so check that out. But let's just go ahead and jump in right now with a projected top 10, according to ESPN, coming into Week 12. George Kittle, Darren Waller, Mark Andrews, Zach Ertz, Greg Olsen, Jared Cook, Eric Ebron, Vance McDonald, Gerald Everett, and Noah Fant. Now, as of the recording of this video, I do these on Monday morning, so the Monday night football game has not played yet, but Mark Andrews has not played yet, so we'll get the same with Gerald Everett. But who actually did score well, the ones in white, were the correctly predicted top 10 for ESPN. You got George Kittle, Zach Ertz, Jared Cook, Mike Gesicki. Hey, good for him. Caden Smith, Logan Thomas, Ryan Griffin, Greg Olsen, Eric Ebron, Jaden Graham. Now, you notice a lot of the guys like Caden Smith, Logan Thomas, Caden Smith and Jaden Graham, these are kind of backups that are just in really nice situations. Usually that would be Rhett Ellison or Evan Ingram, but I think they were both banged up. So Caden Smith gets in the end zone for the Giants. Jaden Graham basically gets Austin Hooper's touches. No surprise there. I don't think you really need to take note of them. Kittle looked great coming back from injury. That was a good thing to see. Zach Ertz, I was kind of hot on cold on him. He got kind of a late touchdown, but again, he's not having a great season, but at least he's playing better as of late. Jared Cook, Greg Olsen, Eric Ebron, I think those are more about the analytics and the matchups this particular week. Let's move it before we do our waiver wire acquisitions. Let's give you my Kicked in the Nuts award. The Kicked in the Nuts award for tight end this week goes to Jacob Hollister for the Seattle Seahawks. This is the second time he's taken home this award. Now, it's actually not his fault. The reason I used him on this list instead of somebody like Vance McDonald, who I thought had a great matchup against Cincinnati and just didn't show up, Jacob Hollister was a little frustrating because he actually had 2 times where he would have caught a touchdown pass and Russell Wilson missed him. And so I was watching this game, I was kind of anticipating the matchup and everything kind of panned out. And so I was like happy. And then you see this guy streaking wide open in the end zone and Russell Wilson overthrows him. You don't expect that to happen. So that's just like the stomach punch, the nut kick, and everything. Once again, if somebody got you, please let me know. Please comment below. Was it McDonald? Was it somebody else? Please let me know. Now, the I'm Watching You award, I'm actually going to continue to put, I think this is the second time this guy's made my list, Ryan Griffin. He's still not owned in a lot of leagues. Pay attention to what Sam Darnold's been doing these last couple of weeks. Man, this guy catches a lot of touchdown passes with Darnold. This Jets offense has been doing really, really well the last, I think, 3 weeks now. With Darnold playing and catching some steam there, this passing attack for the Jets, you got to take note of it. I'm watching Griffin, and I guess that takes me to my waiver wire claims. Now, best waiver wire tight ends for Week 13. In my opinion, this is my personal list where I'm setting my waiver wire, as of Monday. Jacob Hollister's number 1 on my list. Ryan Griffin is number 2. I think those two are going to have red zone and touchdown opportunities for the rest of the year. Honestly, these guys are so good, I might even consider starting them at flex, depending on what the bottom of my flex position looks like and the particular matchup. I think they're that good. You could start 2 tight ends in your roster because these guys will catch touchdown passes. Don't forget about David Njoku. I mean, he was out early in the season. I know everybody kind of is down on the Browns based on their early season performance, but this team is going to be primed for a nice run in the last quarter of the season here. David Njoku's at practice. He wasn't active this week. Could be active next week against Pittsburgh, so check them out. Eric Ebron, who's getting volume, and the Indianapolis Colts offense is struggling right now with some of their banged-up receivers. Eric Ebron's going to be a focal point. I think he could even lead the team. It'll probably be T.Y. Hilton, but he'll probably be second on the team in targets to end the season here, from here on out. Noah Fant, we know what Denver's doing. We talked about this last week, but they want to involve him more and more and more as we get to the end of the season in this offense, and he's performing more. He started the season, he was up and down. I loved him coming into the season. I was a little early on him, but I think in the back half of the season, he's pretty good. And then Darren Fells, who's still, I think he's like 8 touchdown grabs or 6 touchdown grabs or something, but still only owned in about a quarter of leagues. I think he's a nice one out there. Remember, Deshaun Watson throws a lot of touchdown passes, so there's going to be another game where he gets 1 or 2 touchdown grabs, certainly during the playoff run for everybody out there. So a lot of value out there in tight end. That takes me through the episode, week 13 of the fantasy football fallout. I hope everybody will have, or depending on when you're picking this video up, has had a great Thanksgiving. Check us out. Check out the other position groups. We do quarterback, running back, wide receiver, defense, and special teams. Once again, please like and subscribe. If somebody got you in the nuts or the proverbial nuts, please comment below. I'd love to hear it, and we will check you on another episode soon. Thanks for watching.